Oh, hello. This hour on Verbally, the next in my Fun with Phrasals series of classes. This is the class where you learn and master the art of the phrasal verb. That is to say, those 2 and 3-part verbs like get in or get on with that are very important, in fact, integral to speaking like a native speaker. So each week we pick a different theme, or we look at them in different ways. Today we're going to work on a theme, the theme of destruction. How to talk about how things are destroyed and how to react to the news about that using phrasal verbs. So, all that and more coming up in just a minute. Let me just make sure that I can get my name on the board. It's not a board, it's a screen. Give me a second. And looks like everything is kind of frozen. If you're having any trouble getting into the Hangout, just let me know. Because right now I'm having a little bit of trouble sharing my screen. Okay, now maybe it's working. All right, as soon as I get my name on the screen, we will get started. Okay, I see some people coming in. Something's wrong with the Hangouts. Okay, can anybody hear me?
Yes, John, good morning.
Okay. Because everything is completely frozen on my computer for some reason. Don't know what's going on. Today looks like we're having Hangout problems. I'll tell you what. Let me come back. Everyone stay where you are. I'll be back in just a second, and we'll try this again. Okay? One moment.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I can't even leave. Okay, let's try this again. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, we
Yes,
can
John.
hear you okay.
All right. Looks like, okay, looks like this time it's working. Okay, great. So, sorry for the delay. I'm just going to put my name on the screen and then we'll get started. Something is really wrong with the Hangouts today. I don't know. Nothing's loading properly. So, I'll tell you what, let's skip the introduction and go right into the material since we're running a bit late. Sorry, again, my computer is frozen. Hangout problems. Okay, what about now? Can anyone hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm not going to touch anything in the Hangout because every time I do, everything falls apart. But I will try to give you a presentation. Let's see if this works. Yeah, I think so. Okay, looking good. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I think that's working. Let me get the slide on the screen. We'll get started, and let's forget about the introduction. We are doing Fun with Phrasals. We're looking at how to talk about destruction and reactions to destruction. Remember, a phrasal verb is a 2- and 3-part verb. So, take a simple word like go, be, do, have, get, add a preposition or an adverb like in, at, on, after, before, and you've got a phrasal verb. Okay, I think you can see the presentation. So that means we're good. And as always, I'll give you a link in the chat window here and here in case you want to see this up close. Okay, sorry for the delay, everyone. Let me just looks like we'll just jump right into the lesson. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to learn for the first 10 to 15 minutes, apply what we learned to a few different exercises. Actually, I have 3 if we have time to do them all. And then we're going to try to use that, what we've learned, in a speaking activity at the end, where we get to sort of put it into a little story. You'll see how that works when the time comes. But let's start with the concept of destruction, everyone. We're going to look at 3 different verbs that form the root of the phrasal verbs of destruction. And we'll look at 3 different particles, I meant to say, up, down, and over. So I thought it might be easy. An easy way to remember this group of verbs is to think about whether it's up, down, or over, thinking about the fundamental metaphor. You'll see what I mean in a second. I'll explain it better. So first of all, let's see. What I'm going to do is give you a sentence, and then I'm going to ask you if you can find the definition based on the example that I've given you. The definitions are there at the bottom. Okay? So let's read through the definitions first. Okay? Carmen, can you just read the first definition, A, at the bottom there?
Yeah, the concept of destruction.
So just read the first definition, letter A, for us, because these are kind of long.
Okay then. Hit or push someone or something, usually accidentally, so they fall to the ground or onto their side.
Okay, main idea there is hit or push someone. Okay? And Mr. Hamza, can you read B for us?
Twist or crush paper or material with your hands.
All right. By the way, if there's any questions about what these definitions mean, just speak up. For example, the word twist. Does that make sense? Twist?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you have to prove it to me. What does twist mean?
If you have, for example, the paper and you just have both ended and you just roll it. So
Rotate.
yeah,
Rotate. Exactly. So, okay, there's a lot of pictures of dancing, but this picture's not bad. Here's one. Oh, actually, I clicked the wrong one. Hold on. I meant to click this one. Here you can see a 3-dimensional shape being twisted. If I can make it bigger, you'll see it even better. Okay, it's going to take a half an hour to load that picture. Oh, there we go. That's a good representation of twist. Okay? So again, if there's any words in the definition that don't make sense, just let me know. Let's go to Mr. Giancarlo. Could you read definition C for us?
Yes. Destroy a building or other structure because it is not wanted anymore.
Okay, I think that one's pretty straightforward. And finally, let's go on to last definition D. Mr. Jose, could you read that for us? Uh-oh, Jose is out. Let's go to Mr. Marcus. Can you read D for us, Mr. Marcus?
I'm sorry, teacher. Can you repeat, please?
Can you read
Sorry?
definition? Can you read definition D for us, Marcus? Jose,
Okay.
you were
Yes.
sleeping and you lost your chance. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You were
Okay.
sleeping. Go ahead, Marcus.
Okay. Letter D. Violently destroy a building or other structure because it is not wanted.
So notice that C and D are a little different. They're both about destroying a building, but in different ways. Okay? Now, Mr. Jose, can you just read through
Yes.
our 4 phrasal verbs for us? Just read them, that's all. Let's hear how they sound. STH means something, by the way.
Okay. Pull something down.
Good.
Tear something down.
Good. Tear.
Tear, sorry. Tear something down.
Good. Keep going.
Screw something up.
And finally,
Knock something over.
okay, you've probably heard these before. This is only our first set, so this is a little bit easier, I think, than the others, but let's give it a try. So in our first set, I'm going to read out a definition, and you tell me where it fits. Here we go. I'm sorry, I'm going to read you an example, and you're going to tell me which definition is best. So let's start with hit or push. Here's a sentence for you. As she was dusting the room, she knocked... Oops, I can't give you the answer, can I? It would be really helpful.
No.
It's too easy if I give you the answer. It's too easy. Let me try that again. As she was dusting the room, she did something, and a vase fell on the floor. What did she do to the vase? She was dusting the room, and she accidentally did what? Rebecca, this one is for you. She was dusting the room. The vase fell on the floor. What did she accidentally do to the vase? Uh-oh, I don't hear Rebecca. Let's go to Mr. Roberto.
Yeah, no,
Oh, there.
you know what? I can't see the question. Are you writing it down?
No, I'm just speaking. Just reading. Okay, but what you're going to do is just match A, B, C, D to one of those phrasal verbs based on the clue that I give you. And the clue is she was dusting the room. You know, in the old days when you had those big feather dusters, it's like a little stick with feathers on it to get the dust off of things. She was dusting the room.
Yeah, that's in the way. I know the meaning, yeah.
The vase ended up on the floor, so she accidentally did what to the vase? Show you a picture of a feather duster, by the way. There you go. She was dusting the room with one of these.
Yeah.
So what did she do to the vase by accident?
Could you please go back to the phrasal verbs?
I can.
Pull down.
Absolutely not.
Okay, absolutely, okay. Absolutely right with you, okay? So, if, you know...
She didn't pull it down because if she pulled it down, then she would have done it deliberately.
Yeah, it was by accident, yeah. So it was, screwed it up.
Almost. But the problem with screw up is that screw up is for a situation. It's not for a physical object, normally.
It's wrong, you know, something happened not the way you wanted.
Right. But what happened to the vase? The vase is a physical object, and now it's in pieces.
Okay, the vase is the object to put flowers in. Okay, tears down.
Absolutely not.
Come on.
Keep trying.
Anybody else? What did
Knock
we
it
do?
over.
What did she do to the vase? She
Knocked
over.
knocked it over. Right. She knocked it over. So I'll try to put these in the chat window for you too. She knocked it over. Now notice you can knock something over or you can knock over something. This one is separable. Okay? So she knocked it over because, Rebecca, it was an accident. That's why we're using knock.
Okay.
Okay? But now you know. Mr. Roberto, this one is for you. Our second definition was twist or crush. Okay? So, twist or crush. I'm going to try to say this without giving away the answer. Unfortunately, maybe my examples are a little too easy, but give me a second. Twist or crush, twist or crush, twist or crush. Where's my twister? There it is. Okay. Okay, how about this? Oh, you know what? My examples are really too easy. Okay, Roberto, I'm going to give you this example, but it's too easy.
Okay.
You can tell he's nervous about the interview. Look what he did to his CV. You can tell he's nervous about the interview. Look what he did to his CV. Now imagine he's holding his CV in his hands. What do you think it looks like? What do you think he's doing to it? I'm making my examples a little more difficult because the real one's too easy. Here's the clue, though. He's holding his CV in his hand. If you've got to picture it. So, Roberto?
Yes, I think he's screwing the CV up.
Exactly right. Now, in American English, we don't say this very often. So it's more British English. But you're absolutely right. In this case, we can say screw up with a physical object because literally we're twisting it like a screw when you screw something into the wall. Okay? So the answer is he's screwing up his CV. However, we normally use it, at least in American English, to talk about a situation. So can anyone give me a second example where it's not about a physical thing? What's something that we might screw up? Or what's something that has been screwed up?
When you spot something, I mean, you screw it up. I mean, for instance, you're at a party and you're just sitting down doing nothing, and you're just spoiling all the fun. So you screw it up. You screw the party up.
Okay. So what did you actually do to screw the party up, Carmen?
What you're doing? You're doing nothing. You're just spoiling the fun.
Yeah, but wouldn't you have done something that ruined it for everyone else? Like,
yeah, you've done something. Yeah, you're running the party. You're ruining it.
For instance, you go there and you start crying in the corner,
Yeah.
and suddenly no one's having any fun.
Mm-hmm.
So you've screwed up the party. Okay. I mean, you've done something to make a problem, whatever. Okay, I think that's a good one. So right now we've got screw up something physical. Screw up, as Carmen said, to mean ruin. That means it's something more like related to a situation. Ms. Sylvia, this one is for you. We said destroy a building because it's not wanted anymore. But there's two of these which are very similar. So let me give you the first one. What if we say they're planning to destroy the old police station and build a new one? Which phrasal verb do you think would go in that sentence? I want to replace the word destroy. They're planning to destroy the old police station and build a new one. They want to give a facelift to the police force. So, in that situation, which do you think is the best phrasal verb?
Tear down.
To tear down. Maybe. But if I said to you, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. That was my impression of Ronald Reagan from 1989, standing in front of the Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Uh,
So
pull
there's a
down.
little difference, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be pull down because pull down is, well, it just means destroy, but tear down is a more of a violent, emotional, or as the definition says, yeah, it says violently destroy. Tear down this wall. There's some kind of immediacy to it, to tear something down. Okay, hope that makes sense. V, what's something that has been torn down? Not pulled down, but torn down.
I think it was no, it is put up violently. Violently.
You're right, that's the definition. What's an example, though? What's something that's been... Well, or give me an example for either pulled down or torn down. Either one. What comes to mind? So that we can clarify the difference. For example, I said President Reagan told Gorbachev to tear down the wall. That implies a certain amount of violence, right?
Yeah.
So what's something
Like,
that...
yeah, because you mentioned about the wall, so I imagined about the Berlin Wall before, and the people they tore the past
They
tense.
tore?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
tore down the wall to connect two parts of German.
Absolutely. They literally tore it down with their hands. They took hammers and knocked it down. It's true. Absolutely. Okay. What's something, class, what's something that might be pulled down? What's an example of pull down then? Now that we know the definitions.
Yeah, like we need to build a new project, so we should pull down the existing construction.
Pull down an existing building. Okay. All right. So any questions about these first four phrasal verbs, class? Anyone?
No.
Questions? No? We're cool?
In the phrasal verb pull down, you want the building another time in tear something down, no? You destroy the wall and you don't want the wall anymore.
Ah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's right. That's right. In tear down, you tear it down and you don't want it back necessarily. Right? You're not going to you don't necessarily replace it. That's right. And pull down sounds like you're going to replace it. That's actually a very good point. Absolutely. You're right. Okay. Let's look at our second set. Well, this is actually the rest of the first set. This is still the concept of destruction. So, we have Mr. Giancarlo. Do you think you could just read through our phrasal verbs on the left, the right side?
Yes.
Let's hear them once.
Stamp out, root out, and put out.
And then at the bottom we have?
Fall apart and tear apart.
Right. Not tear, but tear.
Tear apart.
Right. Notice that the word T-E-A-R has two pronunciations. There's tear, just like the air you breathe, air, tear. Oops, the air you breathe. You'll see that in the chat window. And then there's tear, like drink a beer, and that is the same as when you're crying. Lágrimas. The tears in your eyes. So tear is a verb and tear is a noun. Tear is like air and tear is like beer. Okay. Let's take a look at the definitions. Okay. Carmen, can you read definition E for us?
Okay. Break it to pieces because of being too old or too weak.
Okay. Hamza, F.
Get rid of something that is considered wrong or harmful.
Ride? Ride would be R-I-D-E. There's no E at the end of it, so...
Rid.
Get rid of. Right. Get rid of. Good. Mr. Roberto, can you read G for us?
find and get rid of the thing of person that is causing a problem.
Okay, so here this is a person, whereas F is not a person. Important distinction. Sylvia, letter H.
Break into pieces because of being too old or too weak.
Uh-oh, we got a problem. Because that's the same definition as E. Uh-oh, what happened there? Let me just see, did I make a mistake? I think I made a mistake here in the material. Uh-oh. This is what happens when you make your presentations at 2 in the morning.
I heard that sentence twice.
Yeah, but what was I thinking there? Break into pieces being too weak. All right, I'm going to have to take a better look at H. That's not right. I'm not sure what it is. Okay, but let's go on to I. V, can you do I for us?
Yeah. Make something that is burning, example, a fire or a cigarette, stop burning.
Okay. To make something stop burning. That's a little bit confusing. Make something that is burning stop burning. For example, a fire extinguisher. Okay. So I'll tell you what. I'm not sure what I did with that one definition. Let me just see if I can find it quickly. You know what? I think I found it. Yes. Give me just a second, and I think I can fix this. Considered wrong Harvard. Nope, that's not it. Okay. I'll find it in 2 seconds. I'm going to give up. We have destroy. We have twist. Do we have that? Oh, maybe it's this. Okay, I think I found it. Got it. If you give me just a second, I'm going to update the presentation and fix that problem. If it works. It's going to take too long. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to get started, and then when I fix it, I'll update it. So let's start with just some examples here, okay? Well, letter I, the last one we read, that one is probably really obvious. So let's go to the beginning. Mr. Hamza, that one is for you. I think it's pretty easy. Without even giving a definition, can you tell me which phrasal verb matches with I? What would you say?
Make something, stamp out.
Stamp out. Okay. Let me see. What if I say to you, we managed to stop the fire before the fire brigade arrived. What's another way to say stop the fire? It's not stamp out. We managed to stop. Exactly. We managed to put it out. Notice we can say put the fire out, or we can say put out the fire. This is a separable phrasal verb. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, let me see if I can just quickly replace that one wrong definition. I think I got the right one now. Yep. Almost there. I just need to refresh the page, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, let's go back here. I'll refresh, and let's see if we got it. So letter H is now going to be, is it working? Yeah. Thing, usually accidentally, so that they fall to the ground or onto their side. New definition. Okay, I think I fixed it. So here we go. The next one is going to be, let's go, so we did I, let's go backwards. Let's go to H. To hit or push something, so to hit or push someone or something, usually accidentally, so that they fall to the ground or to their side. Before I give you a definition, does anyone know immediately what that is? I'll give you an example if you need it, but does anyone know what that is before I tell you? Any guesses from the crowd? Group? Class? Going once? Going twice?
Pull it apart.
You know what? Hang on a second. I think I made a mistake again. You know what? I think I made a mistake. I did. Because you know what? I think I used that definition on the previous page. I did. Oh no, I made a mistake. Let's skip it. No, I made a mistake.
Yes.
It's wrong. It's wrong. Sorry about that. I'll tell you what, I'll refresh the page again and get rid of it. And then whatever one is left, that will be H. Okay, let's go on to G. Let's try this again. Find or get rid of a thing or person that is causing a problem. Now, here's an example, class. The government says that it'll find the person who committed the crime. Or I could say, yeah, the government says it'll find the cause of the crime.
I think
the
that
government official. What do you think?
The answer is root out.
The answer is root out. Because root out comes from the world of truffles. Has anyone ever had a truffle? Anyone? Truffle? Anybody? Take a look. These are truffles. Has anyone ever had a truffle? Yum, the truffles. No one has ever had truffles? Give me a break. Carmen, you've had truffles, haven't you? Carmen? You've never had a truffle?
Yes, yes, I wrote it, yes. You know, pigs find the truffle.
Exactly. Exactly. This phrasal verb comes from pigs finding truffles. What do? They root out. The idea is that you go to the root of a tree or a plant, that's where the truffles grow. So you can kind of picture this. When you have to find something, you've got to go to the root. So pigs root things out with their nose. They've got a good sense of smell. So that's actually where this comes from. That's the origin. To root out, to get to the base, to the root of a problem. Okay. F is similar, but a little bit different, because it's not about a person. To get rid of something that is considered wrong or harmful. This is something, not someone. So for this one, what if we say, the government inspectors say they are doing all they can to stop the problem of drug trade. Let's imagine that's our sentence. The government says it is doing all it can to stop the problem of drug smuggling. It's not rooting out. It's stopping. What's another way to say stop in this context? Who wants it?
Stop is put out, no?
Giancarlo, this one is for you. Listen very carefully. Are you ready?
Yes, John. Yeah.
Government says it's doing all it can to prevent or eliminate the drug smuggling. So I'm giving you a very good synonym here. To eliminate drug smuggling. What is the government doing?
To finish?
Well, that's not one of our choices. We got put out, stamp out, root out, fall apart, and tear apart.
Okay, maybe stamp out.
Stamp out is correct. So listen to the sentence now. The government says it is doing all it can to stamp out drug smuggling. That means to completely end it, completely eliminate it. All right?
Yeah.
By the way, you'll be able to review these in a second. I'll put all the examples I gave you on the screen, and you can review them by going back later and opening that slide. The last one is going to be E at the very top, break into pieces because of being too weak or too old. Not the last one, sorry, the second to last one. to break into pieces because it's too old. This is probably pretty easy. Take care of this priceless old book. It's beginning to break into pieces. What's another way to say break into pieces? It's so old, it's beginning to... What do you think? Sylvia, this one's for you. This antique book, antiquarian book, is so old, it's beginning to break into pieces. What's it doing? What phrasal verb can we use, Sylvia?
I think is tear apart.
Not tear apart, because that would be only for the pages. And tear apart is something that we do. This is something that happens with or without us. How about this? The old house or the old shack in the woods. It was so old and had been exposed to the weather for so long that it began to break into pieces.
Fall apart.
Fall apart, right. It's fall apart. Fall apart is nothing that we cause. It just happens. Okay, so class, we're missing one phrasal verb. Which phrasal verb are we missing? We did root out, we did stamp out, we did put out, right? We did
tear
fall apart. Did we do we did do tear apart. Okay.
Tear apart.
So I'll give you the definition. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that earlier. Let me just put the definition there first. 1 second. And let me refresh the page. And in a second you will see it. There we go. To pull something violently so that it breaks into 2 or more pieces. Okay? So, what might be an example of tearing something apart? Roberto, this one is for you. Can you think of an example? We saw that fall apart happens with or without us, but tear apart is something we do. What's something you might tear apart, Roberto? Why don't we go back to our drug smuggling metaphor? What would the customs officers do if they're little German shepherds in your bag? What would they do? You follow?
Yes, I listen to you, but I don't know, sorry.
Okay. Anyone else want to give it a try?
Tear
They would tear it apart.
the suite apart or tear the bag apart when you
Suitcase.
break the
Suitcase, not suit. Suitcase.
When you break the suitcase or the bag in order to find something into the suitcase or into the bag.
But wait, but be careful of your pronunciation there, Jose.
Okay.
Suitcase.
Suitcase.
And not bag. Careful with the G. Bag.
Bag. Okay.
That's it. That's it. Okay, so that's just the example that came to my mind because we talked about drug smuggling before. Look, here is a big master list of everything we've done so far from both of those slides with examples. Okay, so you can review this at any time you like in the lesson or afterwards. But let's talk a little bit about reactions. Okay, Mr. Hamza, can I just have you read through our phrasal verbs at the top?
Okay. Fight back, set back, bend over backwards, see to, see through, turn on.
Okay, good. Setback can be a noun or a verb. You can have a setback, or you can set something back. And the other ones, turn on as well. You could say it's a real turn on. That could be a noun or a verb. And that's it. The rest of them are all verbs. Okay? So take a look at the bottom of the screen, and there we go. We've got try hard to please others, a problem that wastes time defending yourself from attack, support someone during tough times, do what needed to be done, attack, or criticize. Those are our choices. What we're going to do is, okay, but let's try to match them up first. I'm going to give you a text, and then you're going to see if you can fill them in according to the context. But let's see if we can match them up first, okay? So, Rebecca, try hard to please others. Which one of those do you think is the best match? To try, if you're not sure, just say pass. To try hard to please others.
Well, say again, please.
Number one.
Yeah. Try hard to please others. I think it's bend over backwards.
Bend over backwards. It sounds good to me. Okay. Let's go through the definitions first, and then I'll give you a little exercise to try. Number two, problem that wastes time. Okay, Carmen, what do you think? A problem that wastes a lot of your time.
It's a setback, but it's not. It's a noun. It's not a verb.
It is a noun, which is okay. Remember, I said two of them can be nouns.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so which does it match with?
Setback.
Setback, right. You can have a setback, or you can set something back. You can have a turn on, or you can turn something on. So those two can double as nouns. Okay, so you're right. You're absolutely right. Okay, let's see. Ms. Sylvia. Look at number three, defending yourself from attack. What do you think?
Fight back.
Yeah, that's easy, right? Fight back. Very good. Ms. V, support someone through tough times. This one is not so obvious.
Is that
to help or support someone. It's a verb. It's a verb. To help or to support someone through a very difficult period in their lives.
see through?
To see them through, exactly. To see someone through a problem. That's it. Good guess. It's correct. Number 5. Ms. Who was the other Ms. I was going to say? I think I've done all the Mrs. We're on to the dudes. Mr. Giancarlo. What do you think about, what's number 5? To do what needed to be done. To do what needed to be done. This one is not super obvious, but give it a try.
Do what needed to be done, maybe. I know, I passed.
Pass.
Yeah.
Who wants it?
Me.
Go for it.
C2.
To see to a situation means that you do it until it's finished. You see to it. As I said, that one was not very obvious, but that's correct. And the last one, to attack or criticize. There's only one left, Jose. To attack or criticize.
Turn on.
To attack or criticize is to turn on?
No? Is the last one, no?
It's correct. This one is a little, it's not so obvious. I think it might, by the way, you're absolutely right. To criticize someone or attack them. To criticize very strongly. I guess there's something missing from this definition. You have to first be a friend before you turn on the person and become an enemy. So maybe that's something missing from the definition. But that's it. Okay, now that you've got that, let's see if you can try this in a real context. On this page, I've taken out the phrasal verbs, and you have to put them back in. V, you're going to do number 1 for us, the first sentence. This is the text, the fight to save a village home. So this is taken from a newspaper, and I've just taken out the phrasal verbs. Go ahead, V, can you do the first sentence?
Yeah. Ming Borough Local Council has decided to destroy a beautiful old cottage in the village of Ware Hall in order to widen the main road. However, The villagers are equally to determined to fight back.
To fight back, exactly. They're equally determined, equally in the sense of they are just as determined as the people trying to. What were they doing? They were going to destroy the beautiful old cottage, right? So they're just
So
as
it's
determined as them.
that
Okay.
like a neck to neck fight back.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Whoops, I tried to put the presentation there. I think I made a little mistake. Okay, that should be the link there, Giancarlo. Okay. Yes, they're equal. Neck to neck is when you're racing. If you're neck to neck, you're in a race with someone, a competition. Okay, let's see. Ms. Rebecca. After, however, the villagers were equally determined to fight back. What's next? Number 2.
He arrived in the cottage and see to be they want to pick.
But read the whole sentence and then tell us what you think.
The authorities want to evict an 89 years old lady, Doris Jakes, who has lived all her life in the cottage and seem to be
something to persuade her. Keep going. Something blank.
To persuade her to go and live in a modern old people's home in the nearest town.
Okay, so think about that. They basically want to get rid of Doris Jakes. Okay?
And seems to be, turn out.
Nope, not turn out. No, because that wasn't even one of our choices. Was turn out a choice? I don't think so.
The choices?
We had, it's on slides 3 and 4. No, sorry, slide 6. Slide 6. We had fight back, see to, set back, see through, turn on, bend over backwards. Fight back, set back, see to, see through, turn on, bend over backwards. Okay? So far, we've done fight back. That's the only one we've used. These are our choices. And here you've got to really pay attention to the context, or it won't be clear. Take a look again. They seem to be a blank to persuading her. I'll give you a little hint.
Yes.
How hard are they trying to get rid of Doris Jakes, Rebecca? How hard? On a scale of 1 to 10, is it more like a 1 or more like a 10? How hard are they trying?
How hard? More than very. They are trying harder. Hard.
Yeah. Very hard or not hard?
Very, very, very hard.
Excellent. If you know that, then you've got the idea. Which one of these means to try very, very hard? Take a look.
Fight back.
Nope. Try again.
Okay. So turn on, see through, set back.
You've got to picture this. If I were to do something physical, like stand on my hands instead of my feet, that would be really hard. I'd have to try really hard to do that.
Yeah.
Which one of these is similar? It's physically difficult to do.
Okay. Bend over backwards.
Exactly. It's because it's difficult to bend over backwards, to make like a bridge.
Yes.
That's the metaphor we're going to use when we say try hard, because it's hard to do. It's physically hard to do. Okay? So, the authorities want to evict Doris Jakes, and they seem to be what? Put in the right verb tense. They seem to be, what's the right verb tense? Past, present, future, continuous, perfect, simple?
Yes. Past participle.
So say, I can't hear you. Say the right verb.
Past participle. So that would be bend. Bend.
I don't think so, because it's got to be. When we've got to be as the auxiliary verb, we've got to use the continuous verb tense.
Live in the cottage and seems to be. Help me, I don't know.
Pass.
Very oh.
Well, it's got to be the continuous because you have the verb to be as the first verb. So, class, what is it? They seem to be bending. Right. Bending over backwards. They seem to be bending over backwards because to be is the verb, is the auxiliary verb. Okay. Hamza, why don't you continue? Do number 3. Doris does not.
Okay. Doris does not want to move, and villagers are doing all they can to her difficult time.
To blank her difficult time.
Yeah, to blank her difficult time. So they can to see her through.
Excellent. Right. See her through because they're the villagers, so they're her friends.
Yes.
Right? The authorities want to get her out. They want to comfort her, see her through difficult times. Absolutely correct. Okay. Carmen, what do you think about number 4? Doris may. Going once. Going twice. I don't hear Carmen.
Sorry,
oh, there you are.
I didn't know it was muted. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Doris might seem old and harmless, but she has blank several officers from the council who have tried to get her to change her mind. So what you've done? Because you don't text anymore. You've changed the screen.
Yeah, I put your choices on the screen.
Okay.
I was trying to help you out.
Sorry. I can't remember the text. Can you put back the other screen because I can't remember the text?
I did put it back.
No, the previous one, the one with the text.
But it is on the screen. I put it back. You don't see it?
Now. Okay. No, harmless, but she has. I didn't have any idea. That is my house too more than. You give me some clues.
No. I can't. I cannot. I cannot give you any clues. Wait a second. Here's the clue. Doris, does she seem to be a danger? Did she seem to be a danger at first? Yes or no?
No.
Does she seem to be a kind of a danger or difficulty now? Yes or no?
Yes, because the people in the village are trying to help her.
No, not because the people in the village try to help her. Because she's opposing authority.
Okay, then.
So she went through a transformation of being safe to authority to being a danger or obstacle to authority. She went through a transformation.
Okay.
Okay? So, keep that in mind, and then let me go back here. Which of these means that you change from being a friend to an enemy?
Turned on.
Exactly.
Turn on.
Right.
Thank you for the clue.
Let's see how it sounds in the sentence now.
Okay, Doris may seem old and harmless, but she has turned on. Several officers from the council have tried to get her to change her mind. Now get it. Makes sense now.
That's it. She turned on them. That means she became an enemy. Okay, that's it. Very good. Okay. Mr. Jose, what do you think about 5?
Yes.
There was a recent blank.
There was a recent Fight back? No, fight back was number 1. C2.
Look again at your choices.
C2 do what needed to be done.
I know, but look at the sentence. There was a recent. Do we need a verb or do we need a noun in this sentence?
Noun.
Of course, we need a noun. Okay, so which one of these can be a noun? You cannot say a C2. That's impossible. No. You can say a turn on. That's possible, but Carmen used it already, and so we can't use that. What else can be a noun?
Setback?
Of course.
Setback.
So try it now. Let's hear how it sounds.
There was a recent setback for Doris when she was told that she couldn't stay in the cottage because repairs needed to be done to the roof.
Okay, so why was that a setback for her? Why was that? What did she have to do that she wasn't expecting to do, Jose?
Because she wants to waste time.
She wants to waste the authorities' time, maybe. She wants to delay their decision. Okay. Right.
So she wants to delay the decision.
Right. Yes. So this forced her to leave the house. Therefore, it's like they won. So it's a setback. She didn't meet her goal of delaying their decision. Maybe it's not.
I understand.
Yeah? Okay, we got time for one more, which happens to be the last one on this page. So let's go to number 6. Let's see. Sylvia, we haven't heard from you for a while. Want to try number 6?
Okay. However, her neighbor, a builder, quickly
blank,
and her roof is now in good repair. So she's still in the cottage and hopes to win her battle. C2.
Okay. So the last one is C2, which means to get something done. Okay, but now let's hear how it sounds in the sentence. You've got to put in the right verb tense as well. Okay? You have to conjugate the verb so it fits.
Quickly. So 2. Fast.
Say the whole sentence. Let's hear it.
However, her neighbor and builder quickly saw to, and her roof is now in good repair.
It doesn't quite sound right there. You're right that it's the past, but you can't saw to. You have to see to something. So we need to add one extra word to make it fit, Sylvia. Saw to what?
Saw to it.
Saw to it is correct. So her neighbor, the builder, quickly saw to it. In other words, saw to the repair. That's it. That's it. Okay, we've got to stop here. You've got the answers. If you want to try this again and double check, you've got the answers in the next slide. And I've got 1, 2, 3 sets of exercises that you can do for homework on the next 3 slides. You can then jump to the last page where you can check your answers on slides 9, 10, and 11. And if there's any questions whatsoever, no problem, send me a message.
What happened?
Verbally message we can answer. We didn't have a moment for our Grammar Garage class. In Grammar Garage, we learn important aspects of grammar and structure in what is hopefully a non-boring way, not through exercises, but through actual communication. And today we'll be working on very difficult verb tense, the present perfect. We've done it once before, but we're going to look at a different aspect of the present perfect today. So come back in just a minute for that. Great job. Send me questions and comments. Bye for now, everyone. See you in a moment. Bye.
Thank you, teacher. Have a nice day, all. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.